My topic. Shit that's gotta stop. Where I'm going with this one is recently in the comments on this very show with our very audience. Now, it could have been that they were using this to be facetious. They know that I hate it. Maybe not. We're going to be clear here so you can share this video with your friends, except for the ones who don't want to hear the word shit. The people were in the comments, and it was blah, 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 and Alfredo was on the show last week, and Alfredo's a handsome young gentleman. And Alfredo's there, and somebody's like, man, I didn't understand why he's such a ladies' man, but now that I see him, I do. ... No homo. Stop fucking saying no homo. That is, it just boggles my mind that that's a thing. And we've been open on this show. I've been open on this show a lot about learning, growing, maturing and learning and getting outside. And I always talk about the fact that, in high school, we threw around gay like it was no big deal. Oh, that's so gay. I can't believe this happened. So gay, blah, blah, blah. Not meaning it's so homosexual that then then you get to college and you meet gay people and they're like, whoa, you understand that's offensive, right? Like, I'm gay. What does that mean? And I'm like, well, I don't mean in the same sense. And it's not what you mean it is, blah, blah, blah. No homo. They're not using it in the terminology. They're using it in a very veiled way, implying that, first off, that homosexuality is wrong. Secondly, that that's a natural fucking reaction for a human being. That I'd be like, oh, Tim, you're really handsome today. And you'd immediately go, what, are you gay? Don't come on to me, gay guy. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I love everyone at this table. I talk to you guys all the time. I love you. I don't have to, at the end, go, no homo. I mean, get over it. I don't understand what we're talking about. Where have we moved to as a society? That we are here saying that we have to end sentences with no homo for people not to compliment each other. You know what I mean? We're so afraid of loving each other and saying this. This, of course, goes back to the whole Emma Watson thing that she just did at the UN. His for her. Right, that's what it is. Where she's talking about, that feminism isn't about the bringing women up. It's about making it even. That it's about that boys should be able to cry and girls should be able to be as strong as they want and all these different things. It's all wrapped up in the same thing. Just get over yourselves on this one. What are we talking about anymore? No homo.
See, I think with the no homo thing, I think that majority of the time it's coming from a good place. Like they don't mean to be coming across the way that they do.
They think it's okay.
They think it's funny. I don't think that they mean it to be like, fuck gay people. I think they're saying it just because it's like it's funny to them because society has taught them that's funny. Like that saying no homo is funny. And like how the whole wherever no homo came from, like I know it from like rappers.
Rap, yeah.
Yeah, and like they say it in like Cameron and all the whole Dipset shit, right? Like they do it and it was a joke. You know what I mean? They say shit and they'd say it and like I think that people kind of took that and like just ran with that without thinking of the implications.
I think people use it in the vernacular now, not thinking it's a joke, thinking it's an okay thing to tack on.
Well, I think like the way that guy said it, he meant it as a joke. It's not a funny joke, but like he didn't mean that as an anti-gay thing.
Sure, no, I understand his intentions weren't anti-gay. I'm just thinking his intentions were rooted in. But I have to add something to this, and maybe not this one case, but for sure, out of the number of times I've seen this, and I try to stamp it down as fast as I can. I'm sure there's people who are doing it thinking that they do have to say this. Otherwise, I'm going to read the comment and go, can't believe this gay guy's coming on to me in the comments of my YouTube video.
Yeah.
If you're a gay guy, you are welcome to come on to me in the comments of the YouTube video. I welcome your comments.
No gay guy's going to come on to you.
What are you talking about?
No offense.
I'm a good-looking fella.
You are good. Actually, I bet if people knew how tall you were, you'd get more people coming on to you.
Really? You think that's what's holding me back in terms of being more desirable to both sexes? People.
Well, first of all, everyone thinks I'm astronomically short because I sit next to you, and there's a huge height difference
like that constantly.
And once in a while, there is a comment that he's kind of short, especially in the photos, the promo photos we took.
I had to up myself in those.
Yeah, and the people still say I look tall on them.
You're very tall in them.
That's why nobody fucks with me, and probably why nobody comes on to me either way.
It's true.
Also, they know Steimer would close their eyes.
When they see you, though, Steimer's she's a wild one.
So I want to know what other shit needs to stop. And it can be anything. It doesn't have to be a principled stand like mine. It can be the fact that, another thing, onions need to stop coming on things. Onions should be... onions
are coming on shit? I heard that so wrong.
I didn't know onions could come.
I was like, the image in my mind just broke my brain.
I like that that's what y'all jump to with a fucking vegetable. Yeah. Onions need to stop being mandatory and included on everything. Onions need to move. There's a Greg way about this. Onions need to be optional on everything. Yeah. I should have to ask you to put the onion on anything. Because you might say,
harsh vegetable.
Big deal. You don't want it on your burger. You don't want it in your salad. You just pick it off. This is an onion. and I do this hand smells like onion the rest of the fucking day.
Yeah.
No matter
You're
how much
stuck
I
with
wash, no matter it's happening.
baby.
You know what? I don't like smelling onions. And that's my right as an American.
I'll tell you one thing I want to stop. Don't try to upsell me on anything at Starbucks. I know what I want at Starbucks, okay? I don't need
This is what's got your goat.
This gets me. There's two things at Starbucks that get me every time.
Two things.
The assumption that I want sweetener in my venti iced coffee.
Oh, they've done that to me. Where I'm like, venti iced coffee
What
black.
but you didn't say unsweetened, and I'm like, it's coffee.
Yeah.
I should say I want it sweetened if I
But
want it
it's
sweetened.
Starbucks coffee. See, I'm on the other end with you on this. Like, you should know what you're getting when you get the
I do.
Starbucks iced
When
coffee.
I
So
say-
you know, you asked for the
I
unsweetened.
say I want
so
a
you're
venti,
good.
I
iced
didn't.
venti unsweetened iced coffee.
I like my coffee black. First off, this is another thing I need to stop. I'll go into Ironside across the street. Yeah, can I get a coffee black? Great. Do you want room for cream? No, motherfucker. What did I just say?
I want black.
I gave you all the fucking information to end this conversation.
Well, no. In their defense, sometimes people ask for room for cream just to have the extra room if they're carrying it back so it doesn't spill over.
Here's what's gonna happen. If somebody walks up and says, "Can I get a coffee black?" and you give them the black coffee and they go, "There's no room for cream in this," say, "Excuse me," take it back, throw their fucking face.
As hard as you can.
Here's what's gonna happen.
That should be a fucking rule of society.
Please
all right,
don't do that,
just like when
anyone.
I say I want a black iced coffee and it's somehow it's only happened once. Where it came and I was like, no, it was. Oh, you guys weren't with me actually. I was looking around for help here. It was at PAX this year, PAX Prime. I went there, I got it, and I turned back and I went back and I'm like, nope, said black because it was disgusting. I've never had it sweetened. It was horrible.
Yeah, it's really gross, and there's just tons of calories.
You
in it.
want
That's
black
sweetening's terrible.
coffee, like you.
Yeah, it's like black tar. It just makes me run. I think about it.
Oh, black tar
sometimes.
makes you run?
Yeah, chase the snake,
Black
Tim.
tar heroin.
Whoa.
Wow.
Chase
Chasing
the
a snake or a dragon.
What's
Dragon.
number two, Nick?
Yeah.
I don't do drugs.
The second one at Starbucks that it doesn't happen all the time because traditionally they're really good about, especially since you go in like 4 or 5 times, people know you. They're like same thing, great.
A day?
But every once in a while, yeah, I do. Don't tell my wife that. Every once in a while, I will go in and go, can I get a venti iced coffee unsweetened? And they'll go, do you want to try whatever the new thing is that
Yeah.
they're trying to get me to
The
try to pay more
Refreshe?
money?
The Trenta
You
liter.
want to try Refreshe? You want to try the cold drip? And I'm like, no. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. I just want you to give me my coffee that I'm paying $3 for, and get me out the door as fast as possible. And not to go off on a rant on Starbucks, but they used to pour the iced drinks first. They would do it out
skip
of
the
order.
line.
They called it out of order drink, iced coffee, whatever. They walk over, pour it, and then put it right on the little window thing, the little opening. Then some Starbucks person, some VP at Starbucks was like, no, we have to have equality with all these drinks. So
Thanks,
now
Obama.
my drink has to sit. Sometimes they back up so far that mine has to sit on top of the barista machine. So that there's this cascade of iced drinks that are waiting behind your Trenti mocha, two whip frappuccino double pump thing that takes someone they got to bring out extra people to make this drink. There's 8 people pressing. And then there's always the one guy. There was literally a guy the other day that got pissed at the barista because he didn't pour the shot of espresso into the drink fast enough, and it ruined ruins the acidity of the espresso. And I was like, dude, they brew the coffee, they chill the coffee, they pour it in a cup, they give it to me with some ice, and they charge me $3. I just want that experience as fast as humanly possible to get me out the door.
Yeah.
That's it. Is that hard to ask for? It's $3. We only charge $1 for this podcast. It's 2 hours worth of premium entertainment.
Right. More if you download it off as a video.
Yeah.
On Vimeo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah.
What don't you guys like? What shit needs to stop?
2 things. I'm tired of going around the world. Okay? Tired of going around the world and having this incessant fear that there is mustard on my fucking cheeseburger.
Wow.
Enough with the mustard
Who puts
on
mustard
the
on a
burgers.
cheeseburger?
I'm sick of this shit. Everyone does it everywhere except for the tri-state area where we aren't fucking crazy and put mustard on cheeseburgers. Don't do that anymore.
Because mustard
I'm
and
sick
cheese doesn't go well.
No,
together.
I'm
Have
sick
you
of
never had a McDonald's cheeseburger? How is this news to you?
No, I mean, I haven't had McDonald's. I remember the ketchup on McDonald's cheeseburgers. I don't remember.
They have one
mustard.
thing, they go, poof, and then both come out.
Really?
Delicious. Yeah. Am I wrong?
I don't count.
There is mustard.
Yeah,
Well,
there is
there's mustard. I didn't know it was one thing though.
Oh, yeah. It's it's a 2 thing. It's
Oh, yeah.
put together. They got a whole system.
Gotta shave those like that. I'm sick of this. It's gross. Mustard doesn't belong on fucking anything. Nonetheless, cheeseburgers, and I'm sick of walking about. But there's another thing that's even more egregious to me. The iPhone 6.
Oh.
Steimer
Here
has
we
the
go.
iPhone 6,
Here we go.
and then there's the 6 Plus, whatever.
Yeah.
Why are these phones so fucking big?
They're big. They're big.
The great thing about iPhones compared to Android devices like the Note and stuff like that was that they weren't comically big cell phones.
Yeah.
You could have a cell phone that is a normal person's size and hold the phone and put it in your actual pocket and not look like you're talking into a fucking iPad attached to your face. And it's the only piece of technology that for some reason we just wanted to get bigger. Now,
Yeah.
I'll just make this phone much bigger than it was.
I think that's because, I mean, obviously it's marketing, right? They have nothing left to do with cell phone technology other than make it bigger. I actually went out to the Apple Store. I was at Apple Store in Palo Alto last weekend just to see the difference between the 6 and the Plus. And the Plus is huge to the point where I carry my phone in my back pocket. That's where I carry it. And it sticks out
Take note,
like
pickpockets.
it sticks out like a good inch and a half from my back pocket. It's big. Now, it's not crazy big to the point where I wouldn't consider buying it because I read a lot on my iPhone. Like, I don't have an iPad, and so I read a lot on it. Like, I'll read anything, books, scripts, whatever, it doesn't matter. But still, to this day, I don't know. I mean, Tim, you're gonna get one, right?
I mean, this is a really tough decision for me. This is the type of hard things that Tim Gettys needs to deal with. But
Hashtag
like, man,
Tim Gettys life.
I've been
Hashtag
so
iPhone,
stressed out
hashtag
lately
Plus.
over the 6 or the 6 Plus. Like, I just don't know.
Listen, let me make it easy for you. If you come into this house with the 6 Plus, you're never going to be allowed back in this apartment.
You're gonna get thrown out, buddy.
All right?
I
don't want you walking
like
around
it.
using a phone like this on your fucking face. Okay? Enough's enough with this shit.
Here's my thing with the 6 and the 6 Plus is that first off, I have a 5, regular old 5, not a 5S. I love my 5, still works great. I have no desire to go throw down more money. If I make the jump to one day, or whatever, the iPhone 7, right, when I'm ready to do something else. My thought process on it, you're talking about holding it to your head, right? I never talk on my phone. I avoid phone calls like the best I can. But when I do, I use a headset. I use the earbuds. So then, what I use my phone for, of course, is Twitter, is photos, is Instagram, is Reddit, all these different things where I can understand where a screen being bigger would be more appealing. It's not appealing enough for me to run out right now, right? The camera. What are you getting ready to do?
Nothing.
You got the grin, the phone's out of the condom, something's about to pop off. Another visual aid is happening. But what I'm saying is, like, I don't know, like, I'm again not motivated to do it. Christine has been, using her phone nonstop since she got the new one. It does look nice. She'll sit there and watch YouTube. The quality of the screen's better, but it's also like it isn't?
No, the quality of
It's
the
just
6
bigger?
is the same.
It's just
This is
bigger.
why I'm having problems because the 6 feels better in my hand. I'm holding it. I'm like, this feels good.
Yeah.
This is a nice big screen. Everything about this is awesome. But then I look over. I'm like, oh, but the 6 Plus is right there. It's bigger. I know it has a better screen. I know it has a better battery. I
That's a good
want
point,
that in
too.
my life.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, but I don't like how it feels.
How do you feel about them curving now in the legs? This has been the news story of the day.
yeah, that's not good.
They're so thin that people are you're
what
putting
did they
them.
think was gonna
They're
happen?
putting them in their pockets and they're bending to people's like legs.
But then again, like
Warping.
there's other companies that are selling curved phones, so it's like, hey,
I just don't
Curve
understand.
yourself.
Like, take your phone out. This is
What do you
I'm still
have?
rocking a 4S.
Oh, okay.
Which I think is the perfect size.
you're insane.
God, he's like
you
a
are
huge
absolutely
blanket.
insane.
Yeah, he's really hot.
Like, so
warm.
so-
I gotta put you down, buddy.
Hold on for the camera and for the listeners at home.
So the 4, obviously the smaller one is the 4. The 4S or whatever is a little thicker.
Good, you want?
But even this is too big.
What's wrong?
No.
Like
You're
this
insane.
This
I
is
think mine's the right
this is the
size.
perfect size. Like, look at it. Just look at it. It's
No,
perfect.
that is
No,
fat
yours is
compared to this.
exactly. It's fat. Look at how much.
But you
skinnier
have
this
to
is.
hold something. See, this is the
No,
same
see,
way I
but
feel
have
about
to hold shit.
the Vita Slim. It reminds me of that. Like, when I held Christine's phone, I didn't realize it was so thin. Like, I just want to take it and just fucking break it in half.
Yeah.
Like, it is so thin. I'm like, why is everything becoming thinner and bigger when we can just keep the same fatness? Look at that beautiful fatness.
No.
And we can
is-
keep-
it's too fat.
This is awesome. The 5.
The 5 I think is great, and here's why. That doesn't have a 16:9 aspect ratio screen, which used to bug the hell out of me. We used to make content for that. It used to have to be like that weird aspect, like 956 by something random. This actually made everything uniform, which I like. I'm good. I would not get the Plus. It's too big, Tim.
Dude.
It's gonna annoy you, and you're gonna break
It's not
it.
going to annoy me.
It's
I
gonna
can't
annoy
imagine
me
that-
when you
I
use
can't-
it. You're like, what?
I'm telling you, don't come in this apartment with a 6 Plus. But I agree. Like, I'm gonna probably go get a new phone finally, like relent,
Good.
and I'm gonna get the 5.
You
Good.
don't get the
Okay,
5.
that's
You
the
get the
thing
6.
though. The 5
No, I'm
exists,
not- I
it's
am not
really
getting-
cheap, and the 5 is awesome.
I'm not getting.
Okay, so you don't have to make a move yet. They're not. They're not phasing out fives.
No,
Colin
the
doesn't have
5
to
is
get.
part of the lineup.
Oh, great.
So
okay.
like you bringing up like that they're all too big. It's like no, well the 5's still there.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
part
the
of
5's
their.
Five's
the
great.
5S.
I love
But
five's my
wait,
favorite
the
iPhone.
5's gone. The 5S is still part of their lineup.
But coming back to the essence of the question, the essence of it, what needs to stop is everyone copying each other in this tech race. Apple had their own really good thing going on, and then they looked at what was going on with the Android and the Galaxy and all these phones just becoming like I actually see some people on the train using some of these phones, and I can't help but like laugh at like to myself, like, why is this phone so big? It looks like a tablet. You know, I want everyone to tell the market that we don't want this shit, and we want our phones to be just a little tighter, Like I agree, the 5s it's too big, but but that's about as big as I'd want to go. Think about the phones we used to have, and I'm not saying that they're comparable, but like think about the clamshell phones and all those kinds of things.
Motorola Razr.
Like they were small phones. Like we wanted small. You know, now the screen resolution is really important, and the things you're doing on the screen is important. But like, how big do you want the screen in your pocket? That's why I have an iPad.
As big as my pocket can fit.
I think people are asking for trouble. Obviously, like the phones are fucking bending and all sorts of shit now. Like they're becoming. So it's not only because the phone's big. It's because it's super thin. Like I can't believe how thin it is. Don't you want something with a little heft?
See, that was a big deal for me. Was when I picked this up after using the 4S for so long. I was like, this thing feels like it's a toy. It feels like it's made out of plastic, which it is. Which ended up being really, really good because now I carry it around. I don't even know it's on me. That thing's a brick. Once you switch over, you're gonna be like, this is ridiculous.
This thing's weighing me down.
It's what?
Isn't it metal and glass?
This thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what they made it out of.
No,
It just felt. It felt like it was.
That's
a
the thing.
toy.
I disagree. I think to me,
Which
like,
it is.
These feel
I
solid,
don't know.
really, really solid.
Feel the difference
nice.
between those, though. Like, put that in your hand. You'll see what I'm talking about. That
I
thing
know.
feels
This
like
feels-
it's got half. That feels like it's worth $700.
So does this.
I don't know. I've been really stubborn about getting a new phone because I like this. Like when I wanted to get a 5, and when Greg got one, and I'm like, it's bigger. I didn't know it was like it's bigger, and then a little. I'm like,
It's worth.
no,
the
I'm
5's
gonna stick
worth
with
it,
this.
though.
I'm gonna stick with this one
Because
but
the 5
it's
you can
becoming a
still
little
do.
too much.
You can
now.
still work with one hand if you're scrolling, looking at a website. But the freaking 6 Plus, you literally pick it up, and in order to do anything with it, you have to use your other hand. Like you can't do anything.
You can't
with
do the one-hand text?
No, because it's like this. Like you.
I haven't seen. I have not
Hold it,
seen
you-
one in the
you-
wild.
I
yet.
saw
literally have to
I
spread
saw
your
them in
fingers
Japan. They had them like all over the place, like people trying them, and I looked at them and I was like, Jesus Christ,
They're big.
it's huge. Stop. And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna fucking mean it.
Yeah.
If Steve Jobs was still alive, that monstrosity would have never fucking come out.
Probably
and you
not.
know it because he liked tight, clean electronics. You know, it would have been a beautiful, more thin screen with a better resolution, but it would not have been that big. You know, this is a fucking reactionary move, and that's what I'm trying to say. Apple is making reactionary moves. It's a sign of a company that doesn't have a fucking new idea. The same thing with the watch, which they didn't invent either. You know, so I don't know.
The watch
I'm
might be
troubled
pretty
by it.
cool though. I'm not.
It's
gonna
very
lie.
cool. Do you need it?
No. But
You have
I
my
don't need an
favorite part of
iPhone
the
6
part
either.
of the watch is that you have to have the phone in your pocket to use it.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah. That's
It's like, come on, guys, Jesus.
Tim,
yes.
what shit needs to stop?
Oh, there's a lot.
Oh God, you have
Yeah.
a list?
Wait, Tim, before we get to your list, I wanted to add another thing onto Colin's burger list, if you don't mind,
Go
or
for
rather
it.
take something away. I don't like when you go to a restaurant, one of these fancy places, and they give you the sweet pickles.
Nope. No, thank you.
Sweet pickles don't belong on anything.
Exactly.
Like bread and butter pickles.
See, I like
Throw
sweet
'em out
pickles,
the
but I
window.
want them next to their stuff.
Yeah, don't
I
put
like
them on
bread.
the
I
burger.
like bread and butter
No, on
pickles.
them
fuckers
later.
On your
crazy.
hamburger?
Yeah, sure.
Dill pickle or bust?
Oh God, dill or nothing.
Dill, garlic dill or bust.
Yeah.
A little bit of onion.
No. I think we can come to. I would gladly forfeit the mustard if we can settle. There's no onion either. If both ships go down and they both have to be side items, I'm fine with that.
Listen, let me just be clear about the mustard, okay?
Yeah.
It's an abomination. and the fact that there are people around this world pretending that it's good is the more infuriating than the existence.
I
of
see.
mustard.
I don't mind mustard, but if you
I
were to
love
say to me it's
mustard.
never going to be put on a burger again, it wouldn't bother me.
See, you're
I'd be
crazy.
fine
What
with
I
it.
do is I take the bun. I'll toast the bun when we make burgers here. I'll flip the bun over. I put down 4 pickle chips on each side of the bun. And then I take a thing of ketchup, squig it on one burger bun, on the other burger bun. Then I do mustard, same. I got 2 perfect. Sometimes I don't even put the burger in there. I just eat the bread, pickles, mustard, and ketchup because it's that good.
I've done that.
That's
I do the
insane.
same thing, but take out mustard and put in mayonnaise. And you get
Yeah,
yourself
mayo
a
and ketchup.
See, and I
Mayo
remember the
ketchup
first time
is
I had a
the
burger with
business.
mayonnaise and I flipped out. Like, what is this? This is terrible. Fuck you, Wendy's.
I like mayonnaise.
Tim, give it to us.
Okay. This has been a long time coming,
Yeah.
guys.
Okay.
There's
got-
really a list?
Oh, Tim has lists for
Oh,
everything.
you don't. This is the list.
Don't give them all, because one day I want to do the list video.
I'm not giving up because there's gonna need to be sequels to this. But those fucking fake kitchen drawers that don't actually open. What's up with that? Fucking garbage can doors at like public places. How am I supposed to throw my garbage away and not let the garbage thing hit my hand?
Yeah, they're
What?
annoyingly designed.
Walking on broken escalators.
Oh, that's the worst.
Why are escalators
Fix
always
that
broken
shit.
too?
Yeah,
about
come
the
on.
man,
BART
what about,
station's the
what about
worst.
the man mover where like the ones that just the people movers?
Yeah.
That doesn't work. Like,
The moving
when you go to the
walkway.
airport where you're just like it's not moving.
I've
that's
never
annoying.
seen that. They
That's
always-
never happened for me. The
Really?
up and down ones, never good.
Really?
Never good. Just people that stop when there's no stop sign. That's usually me. Fuck me.
I do that a lot. Yeah.
The S block in Tetris. Who's ready for that? Nobody's ready for that. When you burn your tongue on pizza, then you have to you're like,
I
what am
ruined
supposed
this
to do?
entire
Yeah,
meal.
but it's like I'm going to keep eating it even
So
though
wait,
it's really hot.
what's the solution for that last one? Do they just bring your pizza out a little colder?
No, it's just like self-restraint.
You could do a Long Island trick.
entirely into
Reverse
your
blow?
hands.
You could do a Long Island trick that some places do when they serve slices of pizza, which is put cold mozzarella on top of the pizza and then give it to you.
That's a good idea.
And that takes
How
care of
much?
it. Like a good amount.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll bring.
That's pretty smart.
I like that.
Good. See, good for them. Long Island.
Long Island, man.
You're
I gotta
stopping
go
the
to
dumb
this. I
shit.
gotta go to this country.
So the one thing that really needs to stop is the chance of when you're trying to open the passenger door, when your friend is opening the non-passenger door, and it happens to be at the exact same time when it unlocks, you're opening it, so you can't open it.
Mm-hmm.
What? Why does that happen so often? It doesn't even make sense.
Can I
Oh,
throw one in too?
yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I'll go for days. So
Because you just reminded me of one that I cannot stand.
Mm-hmm.
These drawers that self-close in people's kitchens. Have you seen these drawers?
No.
So you shut the drawer and it goes all the way to the last inch and then closes itself. It's to keep cabinets and like drawers from slamming. And the first time you see these things, you're like, I don't understand why this won't close. This is the most annoying thing on the planet. You haven't seen this? You haven't?
No.
Have you?
No.
Oh my god! You go to shut the trash can and it goes. You go because you want to slam it, right? You just want to slam it shut. These things are anti-slam doors. So you go, and no matter how hard you push it, it goes.
Well, see, that reminds me of just those stupid automatic van doors. Let me just close the
Yeah,
door.
that I hate.
This whole
Stop.
weird
They
game.
gotta stop.
I'm
No,
not
just
down
pull the
for that.
handle once and it'll go. Fuck off with
Come
this.
The most important one: don't ask for gum in front of other people. If you have a freaking
that's
pack
gotta
of
stop.
gum,
You
if
can't
you
do
want a
that.
pack of gum, I mean, if you have one, and I want some gum from you, Nick.
Hold on,
We're gonna
bro.
do some real sly shit. I'm gonna text you, be like, yo,
Same thing with smoking.
give me some gum or cigarettes, whatever. I'm sure.
Don't pull a pack of cigarettes out at a party or at a bar
It's a bad
Unless
call.
you want people to hang out
unless you want people to hang out with you.
fucking people at concerts just taping the whole thing.
on their phone.
Like, what's the point of this?
When are you going to go
This
back
is
and watch that
ridiculous.
15 minutes?
And if you're doing it, make sure you at least freaking hold your camera horizontally.
Oh
None of
yeah,
this vertical
no,
bullshit.
this needs to stop.
Yeah.
Stop filming things like this, especially
breaking news.
anything that's supposed to be important that's being shared with me. Don't do it. Film it like this. Fills the full frame of the sensor.
Just freaking people with clipboards on the street.
Oh, do you have a minute to save the environment?
Yeah, just fuck you.
No, I'm going to
You
Comic
know
Con.
what? I have a lot more, but I'm just gonna end with mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes are the worst.
They're important.
They need to stop.
Why? Because they spread West Nile virus?
Damn, he just got owned.
No, they're at the bottom of the food chain. You would affect the entire chain if you.
I think they're at
got
the
rid of
top of the food chain for
Do
me.
you remember the Fat Joe song "What's Love"?
Of course.
What's love?
The Shanty?
Yeah, to lighten the mood because West Nile was killing so many people. We would go West Nile whenever it was on the news.
It's about us.
It's about trust.
That's incredibly insensitive.
By the way, here's
Oh, whatever. In the middle of Missouri, we had people going down. They were the West Nile was there. It was a real threat
that
for
was
us.
the epicenter. That was ground zero.
Oh, goddamn. Oh, I scrolled past.
Damn, that looks really good.
I
That's
would
the cold
yeah, we gotta
mozzarella.
do that.
I would crush
We
that.
gotta do that. Yeah, we gotta do that.
Yeah,
too.
man.
Next time we should just get a thing of we get a pizza, we get a bag of mozzarella, we do it here, or wait till New York Comic Con. And you take me to a real
well,
place.
you can't do it. They probably don't do it in the city. Very
Yeah,
much.
we gotta go somewhere cool. The Long Island place that'll change my life.
Ragtime?
Yeah.
We want to go all the way out to where I'm from. We can do it. We can get a car and fucking go.
I mean, I have no idea what any of that kind of stuff looks like on paper, so you'd have to explain.
It's about an hour drive.
I'd be willing to do it that night, the Sunday night before we head home. I head home. I don't know when you're heading.